I'm Greg.
And I'm Katie. Welcome to the Meeple Society. Today we are on episode 107, part 12 of the tease.
We made it.
And if you've been following along, that's the last part.
It's all over from here. Well, with the tease.
It's all downhill from here because the U's, V's, the rest of them don't have a lot.
Well, when you say downhill, it makes it sound like all the games after this just suck.
Okay, that's true.
There's a lot of good games still to come.
We have I think I looked at it this morning, and we had 142 games left to play. Mm-hmm. There was 155 in the tease alone. So we have less games than were in the tease alone left in the whole rest of the alphabet. So it's all, we're going to coast to the end. But yeah, there's a lot of good games left. Mm-hmm. So, all right.
So let's get this one taken care of.
Okay.
We will start off with a trivia game called the Trivia Box Star Wars.
Yes. We had two other boxes, but they were not in the
Disney?
trivia.
Oh.
There was a Marvel one and a Disney one, but they were labeled. They were the game boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were They were labeled game box. So they got done a while back. All right, so this
Family Feud, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yes. Thank you. It's Family Feud. All right, so this one is nothing but cards. Your rules are cards. The rules are cards. There's actually a 2-player variant in here. It's typically supposed to be 3 or more players. It didn't happen, so we played the 2-player variant. So with this one, okay, so there is a number of, and I'm just going to explain the 2-player variant. These cards are used in the 2-player variant. These are just pictures. That's all they are. But these are your victory points. So what happens is if you are reading the question, and the person you're reading it to gets it wrong, you get the point. Mm-hmm. Okay. If they get it right, now they get to start reading, and now they're eligible for points if they get a question that you get wrong. Now, there are 2 questions on each one. I mean, I guess you could pick. We just went with the top question of each one, which, I mean, okay. And none of these were all that complicated. They were all multiple choice.
Nope.
Who was on Echo 3? Wedge Antilles, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, or Princess Leia? Leia. I can't talk. Leia. You're not questioning. It was Luke.
I was reading.
Oh, you were reading? You think I remembered the rules wrong?
I was thinking even if you started answering them right, you got a card, but maybe not.
Nope. It's only if you got it right, you got control of the cards.
Okay.
You only got one of these cards if you got it. If your opponent got it wrong.
That's right. Okay.
Whoever got to 7 wins the game. All right. So, what are the panels of the exterior? Really, I didn't know that.
What?
What are the panels of the exterior of the TIE Fighter wings? Heat exchange, matrices, solar panels, shield generators,
solar panels.
Yeah, they're solar panels. I had no idea. I mean, I guess thinking about it, yeah, that's what they look like.
I asked her that question in the game, too, and she didn't know either.
Did you really ask this
Yes.
one? Okay. Which droid was entrusted with the secret plans to the Death Star?
That would be R2.
You don't even need I would refuse to give you the thing on that one, the multiple choice. Mm-hmm. Who was on Echo 7? Didn't we just have an Echo 3? Echo 3, who was Echo 3, not on Echo 3, was Luke. Echo 7 was Han Solo, apparently. Who is as clumsy as he is stupid? Who said he is as clumsy as he is stupid? The Emperor, Darth Vader, Captain Nita.
Darth.
Yep, Darth Vader. Anyway, it's a Star Wars trivia game.
Yep.
It does seem to all base on the original movie. At least all the questions we found did.
Yeah. At least the first.
At least the first, yeah. There were 2 more packs we didn't even open.
So that was what?
4,
5, and 6.
Yes.
Basically in chronological order.
Yes, in the order they were released in, it was 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna let this one go. We just don't do a lot of trivia. Even if we do like the subject, we just don't do a lot of trivia. So.
Nope. Okay. I guess I got to start at the tall stack here. Next is
TriBond.
TriBond. I was like, is the box on right?
Nope. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. TriBond is essentially another trivia game.
Yep.
Only this time you have a giant board, and you have 3 different areas you're trying to maneuver in, and each.
It's
person
almost
or
like Sorry
team.
meets Trivial Pursuit.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there are areas that if somebody lands on the same space as you, they can send you back to the beginning. So you start all over again.
You're challenged.
Yes. So you have 3 different areas you're working in. You're starting here, you're finishing here on each one of them, and the goal is to get all 3 of your people into the center. From the center, back to the center.
Yeah, the green areas you landed on, you could challenge somebody ahead of you.
Right.
And whoever lost went back to that green spot. And the
Right.
other person
You
went
swapped
to the,
places, basically. But I don't remember the question. It's been a couple weeks since we played this one. I don't remember the questions being really hard. Okay. These were not necessarily trivia. They were, what do they have in common?
Yeah.
That's
You
right.
had a dice to roll, and you had 2 dice. One for the
The
movement you're going to get if
Yes.
you get it right, and the other one was for
Which
what
question?
category, which was entertainment, sports and recreation, academics, miscellaneous, choose your category, and free roll, which meant you just rolled again and moved.
Right. So like this one, hockey, Warhol, Hockney. Well, this is entertainment? Entertainment, you might. Okay, let's go with the sports one, see if you know this one. Sports, outer paw, otter paw, beaver tail, bear paw.
That's a sports.
That's a
or
sports one.
recreation. Otter. What is it again?
I would have never known that.
Otter paw.
Otter paw, beaver tail, or bear paw. I mean, it makes sense now that I know the answer, but I would have never guessed this.
Yeah.
They're snowshoes.
Oh, I think we had that question too.
That makes sense. Okay. 100 meter, 110 meter, 400 meter. The hurling events.
Again, it's trivia.
It's trivia. It's more, though, it's not true trivia. It's more, what do these 3 things have in common?
Right.
We're going to let this one go too. Again, it's more like trivia than we're going to pull off the shelf. So, yeah. Anyway, TriBond, and it's going to leave the collection.
Okay, next we have Tzolk'in. This is not trivia.
No. All right, so Tzolk'in is, I think, the first of the T games.
I don't remember.
I thought it was the first
It
one.
is a T game, but
It is considered a T game. So this is a game where the board is a bunch of puzzle pieces that all interlock so that each of the wheels on the board interlock with the central wheel. So that every time this turns, everything else turns too. This is a worker placement resource management game. So, and I'll show a picture of the full board because again, it's all like 5 different puzzle pieces and it takes a little while to figure out how they all fit together. So we're not going to do that on this table. So worker placement, on your turn, you have 2 options. You can put workers out. You start the game with 3. You can get up to a total of 6. But you can either put workers out, and you can put as many out as you can afford to. Or you can pull them back. When you pull them back, you're doing the actions of wherever they sit on the wheel they're on. So if I were to put a guy here, well, I have to start in the 0, and then a couple turns go by, and now he is...
Going the wrong way.
I'm going the wrong way. And now he's sitting on this 2 that I could take him off and do this action. But as you're putting them on, you have to start at the very lowest number. You can't just start over here, even if you want to pay that much. You have to start at the lowest number available. But if somebody's already in the 0, then you got to pay 1 to put him there. But for every successive person you put out, you're paying more. You're paying what's on the board, plus you're paying an additional amount to put that worker out. So the first guy's free, with the exception of where he's being placed on the board. And again, you have to start at the bottom if you can. Each of the tracks give you something different. Some of them give you resources. Some of them give you special abilities. There are god tracks that you're trying to progress up. All sorts of different things. It's I really do like this one. I forget how good it is until we pull it out to play it again. And I'm going to have to figure out how this goes back together afterwards. Because this one is tricky to get back in the box. without going into a lot of the details, because there are a lot of intricacies with this one, between putting your workers out onto the various wheels and using those actions to do various things on the board. But yeah, it's worker placement, it's resource collection. You're putting your workers out, you're pulling them back to do the various actions on each of the wheels. Each of the wheels is just a little bit different. Some are resource collection, some are doing actions on the god tracks, some are
allowing
just
you to build
random.
the buildings at the bottom of the
Yes,
thing.
because
That's going to give you either instant power or extra power or scoring
abilities at the end of the game.
abilities in the
Yeah,
game,
some of them are end game scoring. I don't think we got any of those bought in our last game. Not even one.
I don't remember.
Of the temples. Anyway, you do still have to feed your people every round. The wheel turns. It is a specific number of turns in the game, so you know when the game's going to end. There's no end condition. At the end of every round, then after everybody's gone, then whoever's first turns the wheel, adds a piece of food to it. Because
if nobody's taking the first player spot.
Nobody's taking the first player spot, if somebody's taking the first player spot, then that shifts. You clean up everything, you turn the wheel, and you move on. 4 times a year, you have to feed your people. But you get other bonuses on twice a year.
Yeah, like in the brown season, you do the right side of the column on the guides, and you score the right side top point, whoever's farthest one up, and then the blue area, you're still feeding your people, but you're scoring the other side of the track.
Yep. So yeah, very interesting game. I always forget how much I enjoy this one until we sit down to play it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've wanted to get the expansion for this.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting, but maybe once we get through these 150 some odd games, we can actually break it out more often.
Right.
We'll
We
see.
say that about a lot of games.
Yes, and I'm anxious to get there.
Anyway, yeah, great game. We're going to hold on to this one and hopefully get some more plays of it in soon. So yeah, I like the way the just having to, how long do I leave that on there? How long do I leave that worker there before it's too late? You know, how do I make the most of my actions, especially since I can put on as many as I can afford and I can pull off as many as I want to.
Yeah. And there's still,
Finding that balance.
there's even a wheel on there, you can't even really get on it. Well, you can get on it if you plan to get a blue skull.
Yes.
But when you get off, you have to have a blue skull.
Or you do nothing.
Or you get nothing.
Yeah, you
if
get
you
nothing
just
for
spent
it,
that whole
so.
time on that wheel and got nothing out of
Yeah.
it. But you can kind of time it where you get on that wheel and get on the other. There's another wheel that'll give you a blue skull.
Right, as long as you can get to it.
Yeah, or you get lucky like I did in the last game. Then I started with a blue skull. Or a crystal skull,
Crystal
I guess
skull.
is what they are.
Yes, that's one of the tracks. Is just, what is that? The Chichen Itza?
I think so.
Chichen Itza. However that's pronounced. Chichen Itza track is the blue skull track. Anyway, we're going to hold on to it.
Next we have
Triple
Triumph.
This
trying
one
to
was
remember what
more
this was.
fun than I thought.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember this
We
game now.
really enjoyed this one, actually. For a cranium game, I think it's one of, I mean, we've enjoyed a few of the craniums. So the idea with this one is you are putting out so many of these, and I think you have 3 in front of you at all times that you can choose from. And they're 5-sided. So you've got 4 colors on the top and 1 color on the bottom. And when you're laying these down here, and you start off with 4 randoms on here, but when you're laying them down, at least I think you do because they're outlined. So,
Yes.
So you're laying these down and you have to match up all of the sides when you lay them down. So it's kind of like any other tile laying game where you have to match up. That's what this is. So I could lay this green right here because it matches the green. And I would get a point because I matched up one side. Yeah. But you know what? Instead, I'm going to do this because this is all green. Why wouldn't I go right here and get 2 sides? Because I match up both greens. So then I get 2 points for that. And then that one doesn't, well, I'd have to put him there and get a point. And then you keep doing this, and eventually you get to the point where you have, okay, that doesn't work now, but this one will work. Okay, so eventually you get to the point where you have this going on. And this was a 3-pointer to lay down. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's a 2-pointer to lay down because I matched both of these.
Oh, wait, that couldn't go there anyway.
Why? Oh,
it's
because
purple
that's
and green.
purple. Okay.
I thought I'd seen it where it was different. There you go.
Well, see, now I do need this one.
All right, anyway.
Anyway, So this is perfect. Okay. Eventually you get to the point where you have this going on and you can lay them upside down. So now, because this is green on this little intersection and these are all purple, this piece slides right in there and is worth 5 points.
Mm-hmm.
But now, and on top of that, that's where the bottom colors come in, because now somebody could place here and get a point out of it because the colors on the bottoms match. And eventually you end up with this neat little tower going. It was actually a lot of fun. It was very thinky, trying to figure out where to maximize my points and not leave my opponent with a bunch of points. I really enjoyed this one.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to actually hold on to it. I think it's just a fun little game, fun little abstract strategy that doesn't require a ton of thought, but yet it's just interesting.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to hold on to this one for a little while. I'd like to get a couple more plays of it in. See if I can beat Greg. I don't remember who won this one, actually. Now that I think about it,
know.
I'd have to go look. Anyway, so that is Triple Triumph from Cranium. We are going to hold on to this one for a little bit. All right.
Next we have Turncoat. Who made this?
I don't know.
It's University Games.
This was another one that we were like, I don't know, and then we...
Did we like this?
Yes, we liked this one.
Oh, okay. This
Okay.
is the magnetic one.
This was the magnetic one. So the idea with this guy is everybody starts off the board. You start with, well, you got to flip these first. So I start off with all of them being one color. Oh, that's right. You can flip them there. I forgot that. Okay. So here's your board. And there are magnets underneath here that you can turn any which direction so that your setup is different each time. So you don't memorize where the spots are. But as you're playing, you're putting characters out, you're putting your pieces out, and you're trying to get them all flipped to one color. All orange
your color.
to your color?
Yeah, I thought it was your color. Yes.
Yeah. So it doesn't even matter if one of his pieces is in my row. There we go. And I can manage to get 5 oranges in a row, I still win, even if it's one of his pieces. The key is it's got to be 5 pieces that are all the same color.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, uh-oh.
But you can't get it. Well, there you go. That would be 4.
There we go. Done. So the magnets underneath are all doing different things. So like if I went there, mine turns white. If I go here, it turns white. So you may think you have it, and then suddenly the piece you put down turns white, and you don't have it anymore. It was an intriguing little game.
And it's cool to
really
set
liked
up. When
it.
you get set up, they all have to be on your side. So you just come up here and you take it, and it turns it white.
Yep. That's an easy way to set everything up. That one's already orange. I really like this one. We thought this would be just a cute little game to take places. And I mean, it's such a small footprint.
Yep.
Nice little 2-player game. Very strategic, very, it's more of a, you got to figure out the board. You got to figure out which ones are making what flip so that you can get the right pieces in the right places. And the fact that it changes constantly makes it interesting. Anyway, that is Turncoat, and I think this is one we decided we were going to hold on to for a little bit too. Pieces just fell off.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think that we decided we liked this one enough we were going to hold on to it for a little bit. I would like to try it a couple more times. So anyway.
Okay.
All right.
That closet's getting full.
It is, yes.
Next we have Tumult Royale.
All right. We've had this one for quite a while.
And this is by the guys who did Catan.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it is. Klaus Toiber.
Yeah, Toiber and his son Benjamin.
All right, so this one is a modular board that expands based on your player count. So for 2 players, you're just going to have a little four-section board like so. And you start off the game with 2 upright and 2 face down. And the idea is you're wanting to get all of your people out. And everybody starts off with some people on your player board, and this tracks basically how many people you have out, because ultimately the person who wins the game is the person with the most people out. Simple as that. And this just helps you keep track of how many you have out. So also, there are a bunch of resources out. And these resources are all in the just tiles. So you don't know what they are when they're flipped over. And they're all laying out here. And this is a timed event. So you got a whole bunch of resources laying out. At the start of the game, every player takes 3 of them out of the pile and just sets them aside. They're out of that round altogether. And then you flip the timer and you have how many ever seconds? I don't remember how long it was. It wasn't very long. 30 seconds, maybe a minute.
Something like that.
Where you are going through and you are looking for resources. And you're putting them back face down so others don't know what they are. But you're looking to see what kind of resources you can get. And there's 3 different types of resources. There's hammers, there's salt or granite, and there's bread. Now, oh, how about that? I didn't realize I pulled 1 of each. And they go anywhere from 1, 2, or 3 of each one on a tile. But here's the trick. In order to build in certain locations on the board, you have to have specific resources. So you have to find them. You don't get change if you have too much, but you don't have to pay all of your tiles. Well, ultimately you do, because you still have to discard them all. You don't get to save anything from round to round. But before each round starts, you spin the dial. And this tells you how many resources the people want
of each type
left in the supply. So you can't hoard them. So if I rolled a 4 or I spun a 4 and we flipped over whatever tiles were over here and there were only 3 breads left, whoever was greedy and took more bread than anybody else has to give up all but their smallest tile. Now their smallest tile may be a 3. Maybe they grab 3 3s. That would be very greedy because there's nothing you need 3 3s for, but you know, whatever. So they would have to give up all but that 1 3 in order to satisfy the people. Now, if they only had 1 tile, they don't have to give it up. So if I had pulled 3 and you had pulled 3 and we were tied, and I was the king, because the king is always considered the greediest, whoever that is, king or queen, I don't have to give up just a 1 single tile. But if I had 2 tiles, I had a 2 and a 1 or a 3 and a 1, I'd have to give up the higher of the 2 and only keep my lowest.
Yeah, but you still lost your followers.
You still lost your followers. So followers are victory points at the end of the game. So you want to try and keep, and followers are also determine who's the king or queen each round. So, I mean, there's a little bit of interest in here. At the end of each round, you're paying your resources and you're building someplace. The goal being, again, to hopefully build where you can put more people out, because the goal is to get more of your people out. We've played it several times over the how many ever years we've owned this, probably close to 10 years
And
now.
this last game kind of proved that it doesn't matter if you're greedy or not.
What do you mean?
Because you were greedy 90% of the turns and still beat me pretty good.
I beat you by 2 points.
No, you didn't. You beat me by more than that.
I logged it this morning. It was 2 points.
Okay.
So, but anyway, we're going to let this one go. I feel like we've played this one out. It's okay. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think there's anything left for us to explore on this one.
No.
So we're going to let this one go. But that is Tumult Royale, the game of greed, power, and revolution. All right.
Next we have Trapture.
Trapture. This was another Goodwill find a while back. So here's your board. Okay, so here's the idea with this guy. Everybody has these translucent pieces on the board. It's a 2-player game. You have all of these purple chips spaced out, these purple posts all over the board. And the idea is you're trying to trap them and gain at least 6 of them. In order to trap them, you have to surround them with your pieces. So they have to be completely surrounded with your pieces. Well, that's not true. They have to be completely surrounded.
The person who has the majority of the walls up gets the piece.
That's the piece. So if it ended up looking like this, then yellow would get that piece because they have the majority. If it's a tie, nobody gets it. It just stays there. At the start of the game, everybody has to start off of one number on their side of the board, on whether if you're playing yellow or green. So if I'm starting on all the 2s, I have to put all my pieces coming off of, get that green piece out of there, starting on all the 2s. And the yellow player, or the green player is doing the same thing. He can start on all the 3s or all of his 4s or whatever. But everybody has to start there. And then you can start working off of your other pieces to get things laid down. It's an interesting abstract strategy. It is. We've played it a couple of times, and I did enjoy it, but I don't think it's one I need to keep revisiting.
No.
So this is another one we're going to let go. But I did really enjoy it. I think it's a neat abstract strategy. It's a neat 2-player game. There we go. But that is Trapture, and it is going to leave the collection as well.
Next we have Tumblin Dice. You're not going to open this.
Well, I'm going to open it, but I'm not going to try and put it together. I will show some pictures of this one.
That would be the best thing to do.
Yes, no, agreed. I'm not going to fight with putting it together right now because it is a little tricky. But this is basically a wood board that is in several pieces in the box. The idea being that you are trying to roll dice off of the platform. You actually have to bounce your dice off of here and it rolls down. So you've got your ×0. So anything that lands here is not worth any points. You just remove them from the game. And then you have your ×1, and then this sits right here. Anything who lands here is ×1. And mind you, you're throwing 6-siders, and I'm rolling it down the thing. You got a ×1, a ×2, and then you've got your ×3 and ×4 boards as well. And if I can manage to get it all the way down to the ×4 down here, and I rolled a 4, that's 16 points, provided nobody knocks me off. Because that's a real problem. That's a real threat.
Well, in the last game, you didn't have that problem, so
I did not have that problem.
I couldn't get it off to 0.
you
could. There was
like 32 points.
And you had
108.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, I forgot to take any pictures. I will try to set this up later today and do a short video to show you.
I think there was a round that I had 6, and you got like 60 points or something like that.
I never got above like 40. I think 40 was the highest score I had.
Maybe that was around I had 6 points. So
maybe.
Yeah, I want to like this game. I bought it for you because we've always wanted to play it.
I think this
But
is
I don't know if it was because we was trying to roll from the side. I don't know.
It probably was.
6-siders are just really hard to roll, period.
Yeah.
I think it would be a lot better rolling like a 20-sider or a
polyhedrals,
12-sider.
Yeah. And we might try that. We want to try and play this on the 24. I think this is a great party game. I don't think it's one you pull out like we did first for the 2 of us. I think this is a good party game. So yeah, maybe we have dozens of sets of polyhedrals. We could probably pull out for everybody who's going to be here for the 24. But it's a fun game. I will give it that. It is a fun game. But again, it's a definite... There's a little bit of skill involved, I think, because you have to be able to get the dice to balance correctly. How did I have this in here? Good enough for now. Is that how I did it? Thank you. That makes much more sense. I think there's as I was saying, there is some skill involved because it's how you roll the die and how you're bouncing it off of this top platform to where it's going to go and trying to knock other people off so they don't score points and you do. It's a fun party style game.
If you can get it up to the 0.
Yes. Tumblin Dice, jump, bump, and tumble your way to victory. But it's going to stick around for at least a little bit.
Okay, next we have Treasures of the Lost Pyramid.
Okay. When I first saw this, I thought, well, that looks really cool. This was actually done in early 2000s. 2008, I think, is what I saw last night. And the concept is really neat. The execution, maybe not. So you've all seen those cards that just pop up, the paper cards, right? That is essentially what this does. It becomes a 3D board.
but if it's been closed for a long time,
unfortunately, it's been
it
closed.
doesn't want to pop up that
Yeah,
well.
And we've got, this side has ripped multiple times. We keep having to glue it down or tape it down. All right. So the idea with this one, we've got 4 various chambers. In each chamber is a locked up treasure, with the exception on the top, and you can't go to the top until you've resolved the other 4.
Well, you can go to the top, but
you can't look at it.
Can't look at it. No.
So the idea of the game is you have to find out what these 4 are, go to the top and deduce what this is. And if you can deduce it correctly, then you win the game. Meanwhile, there's a mummy running around that everybody can control, so the mummy can block you from winning.
That's what it's for.
So this game is played with a series of cards, and the cards dictate your actions. You have 2 cards in your hand at any time, and you play one of the 2, draw back up, and you do everything on the card. So, like, for instance, this one says to teleport any adventurer to any open space. That could include yourself. It could include somebody who's right next to the win space and gets moved elsewhere. That is not what happened in our game.
No.
He teleported the mummy in right in front of me. Anyway, move adventurers a combined number of 6 spaces and unlock a treasure or relock a treasure. So you have to have this unlock relock card in order to unlock the treasures. Now, of course, you have to have another one to lock it back up. Otherwise, anybody can come over here and just look at it. They just got to get to it. So you're moving up and down. And if that wasn't enough, because you're moving all these spaces all over this neat board, there are, I don't want to call them traps, but they're mechanisms that turn. Like this one turns this way, and you have to have a card that will let you move this so that you can get down onto it and get to where you need to go.
That one spun. These stairs moved in and out.
Back and forth.
Just moved back and forth.
So they can see it.
Oh, yeah. This one moved back and forth.
Yep. And then this guy rotates like so.
And then this one goes around.
And that one goes around. The concept is so neat. Unfortunately,
except for the board doesn't want to stay open.
The board doesn't stay open anymore. It's already ripped in multiple places. I do like the game. Not enough that we would have kept it, but unfortunately, we're going to recycle this one. I just don't see this one. So it is leaving the collection, but unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to try and give it away to anybody because of the inherent problems with the production. So I think we're just going to recycle this guy, unfortunately. Yeah. Anyway, that is... See, we got little magnets that hold the board together. That's kind of nice. I probably need to remove those before recycling. That is a Treasure of the Lost Pyramid. A very interesting 3D board. But unfortunately, like I said, execution was not the greatest, and it is going to get recycled. So it is leaving our collection. So yeah, there we go. I got it all right. Oh my gosh. Okay. You get to lift that guy.
And the final T.
Literally the final T.
Twilight Imperium, 4th edition. We just played this last night.
We did. Full player count,
yesterday,
6 players.
say.
Yes.
We started it
24 hours ago, we were still playing.
Yeah.
And it was anybody's game still.
8 hours and 23 minutes of gameplay.
Yeah. Which was not bad. For 6 people was not bad. But we did have 2 experienced players. And then one who just played a month ago. And then you and I who have not played in 7 years.
And one that played 25 years ago.
A different version. So this is an epic space battle game.
Yep.
This is an epic space exploration, space battle, played in phases where everybody has a strategy card. You choose one of 8 strategy cards at the start of your turn, and you have to do that action before your turn is over. Each action gives you something and gives everybody else at the table a follow action if they have a token that they can spend to activate it. Most of them require the token, not all. But they all require something. Spend this to get this. In addition to that 1 power, you are exploring, you're moving, you're battling, you are producing, you're doing all sorts of different things directly on this modular board. First player to 10 points wins. At the end of every round, there is a political phase where as long as the central planet, Mechatol Rex, I said
Good
it
job.
right.
You actually got it right this time
did.
because there was a lot of different pronunciations of Mechatol Rex last night.
There were.
Including Mexatol Rex and Mechapeca Rex and Mexicotol Rex. And...
They were not all me. Trust me, they were not all me. But anyway, I did have my fair share though. So anyway, once the central planet, Mechatol Rex, has been inhabited, then you go into this political phase where new laws come out and different things happen that everybody's voting on based on the influence of your various planets that you're occupying. It can get kind of interesting. There was a lot of wheeling and dealing going on, a lot of negotiations. And that is definitely not my strong suit in a game. But I still very much enjoyed it.
No, this is definitely not a game the game type that you enjoy.
No, it is not. And like I said, we've always said that this is like the big brother to
Eclipse.
And I enjoy Eclipse because it's just straightforward. There's aliens out you can fight. You don't have to fight each other. You can, but you don't necessarily have to. And every game I've ever played of it, I've kind of just stayed out of the battles. Well, this one, you now have that politics phase in it, and there's a lot of trading and wheeling and dealing, and that whole politics phase, which is all negotiation. And that part is not fun for me, but I did enjoy last night, and I think that has to do with the people
you play with.
Yes. And I've always been a big proponent of that.
Right.
Half the fun of gaming is the people you're with.
And the people who we played with last night were they weren't the type of people who's like going, oh, I'm going to go over there and destroy you.
Yeah, no.
Nobody was except for the very end when Sarah decided, I'm going to fight somebody. I'm fighting you, and came over and fought me, and I destroyed her. But
she just wanted a space battle.
She
wanted an epic space battle before the game was over, and she knew it was her last turn, so she was going to go out with a blaze of glory. So, but yeah, it's fun, and
it's long.
It's long. It can be up to 12 hours for sure. I've heard it go anywhere from 6 to 12 hours, so 8
there
and a half.
There can be a lot of AP, but you have time between your turns to figure out what you're going to do, but you have to keep an eye on what everybody else does
because of those follow actions.
Because there's the follow actions.
Yeah.
Because if you miss them, there's no going back. It's like, oh, I missed you doing that. Because I did it a lot. I would miss where I was like, I need to have the tech. I need to get the follow-up again for the tech one so I can build another tech.
I know I missed at least one, and I always forgot my special power because I got tech for free, and I'm like, oh, I know I missed at least 2 or 3 techs I could have gotten for free. I'm so upset with myself for that one.
Yeah, and I kept forgetting about some of my upgrades because you're upgrading your ships, you're doing other upgrades to help you with different things. There's a lot to this game.
I know you've wanted to get this off the shelf for a really long time.
For a very long time. To the point where at one point I was like, I'm never going to get it off the shelf. I might as well sell it.
Well, it's been 7 years since we played it.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, there was a pandemic during that 7 years. So, there was that. But we've fallen into a group of people who really enjoy this game. So I think it will come off the shelf a little more often than every 7 years now.
Yeah, because I already told people that I'm planning to
we'll get another one scheduled hopefully by the end of the summer.
Yep.
So, but anyway, that is Twilight Imperium, the granddaddy of all of our games, the longest of all of our games, that's for sure. This even rivals Colonist.
Yes.
That'd be the second longest one we have, but yeah. Anyway, that is it for this episode.
And for the teas.
That is it for the teas, yay!
100 and how many more to go?
I think it was like 142.
142 games to go. And then we can actually say we've played everything in our collection.
Yes. Every single thing is done. We'll have a few expansions we haven't played yet, but we never claimed we were going to do those. We'll get to those as we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. There will be very few stickers left on the boxes after this.
As I look, and I can see 3 of them right now.
Well, 2 of them are expansions. The other's coming.
Yeah, the other one's coming in the W's.
Yep. All right, guys. That is it for this episode. Thank you for watching.
Oh, that makes 4 or 5, actually. Anyway, until then, thanks for watching.